right? Are you able to see the slide? Okay, on the screen.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now this is the
Yes,
classification of proteins based on the chemical nature and solubility, right? Here, depend upon the chemical nature and solubility, simple, complex, and derived proteins. And again here, major function of the proteins already explained in first class. In protein introduction, I explained about functions of proteins. Like here, see here, some of the proteins are in structural activities. Some of the proteins are in enzyme and catalytic activities. And again, some of the proteins are in transport and hormonal activities, contractile activities, storage activities. Some of the proteins also, nuclear proteins, nucleic acid proteins. For example, histones. Okay, na? Histones are participated in the genetic information. Some of the proteins are in defense also to provide the immunity. For example, immunoglobulins, right? Immunoglobulins are participated in our defense mechanism. And also most of the proteins are act as a receptors. Here, these are all the functional activities of proteins. Structural, enzymatic, transport, hormonal, contractile, storage, genetic, defense, and also they act as a receptors. And also nutritional importance also there for the proteins. Here complete, partial, incomplete, and also incomplete. Nutritional importance. Some of the particular components having the complete amino acids. Some of the proteins having the somewhat incomplete amino acids. Okay, in the nutrition also already explained in depend upon the nutrition, amino acids are of two types: essential and non-essential. Next here, depend upon the chemical nature and solubility, proteins are classified into three types. In that three types, first one is simple proteins. Already I explained, simple nothing but there is no additional groups other than the amino acid. See here, they are composed of only amino acid residues, right? They are composed of just only amino acid residues, no other compounds like carbohydrate, protein, lipid, etc. Next, they are again classified as a here classification, and again simple proteins are classified as globular protein. First one, globular protein. In by its name only, it is going to give him proper hint here. Globular, nothing but spherical or oval in shape, and are soluble in water and other solvent, and also which are easily digestible. Simple. Why? Because they are simple. For example, globulin, soluble in neutral and salt solutions. Example, serum globulin. It is the best example of globulin. And also albumin, soluble in water and dilute salt solutions, and coagulated by heat. Example, serum albumin or ovalbumin or lactalbumin. These are the simple proteins. Easily get digested, easily get soluble. They made up of just only amino acid. No other components other than the amino acid, right? Next, globular proteins. And again, glutelins also. Okay, na? Globulins, albumins, glutelins, also one of simple proteins. Soluble in dilute acids, alkalis, and most found in plants. For example, glutelin of wheat, orosinane of rice, right? These are the glutelins found in particular plants, or also globular proteins comes under simple. Next, prolamines, soluble in alcohol. Example, gliadin of wheat, zein of maize, prolamine, soluble in alcohol. Next, histones. Histones also one of the simple globular proteins, strongly basic proteins, soluble in water and dilute acids, but insoluble in dilute ammonium hydroxide. Example, thymus histone. Almost all the histone proteins are simple globular proteins. Next, fibrous protein. It is also one of the category of simple protein, like globular protein. Next, second one, fibrous proteins. Fiber-like in shape and insoluble in water and resistant to digestion, right? Fiber-like shape and are insoluble in water and also resistant to digestion. And again, these are of three types: collagen, elastin, keratin. These all are fiber in shape, fiber-like in shape, right? Connective tissue. Now collagen present in connective tissue, protein lacking, tryptophan. On heating with boiling water or acid, it turns to soluble gelatin. Very important. On heating with the boiling water or maybe in the presence of any of the concentrated acids, now collagen is going to turn to soluble gelatin. Soluble gelatin. Remember it is, right? Next, elastin. Elastic tissues such as tendons and arteries. Tendons and arteries all are comes under elastin. They have somewhat elastic nature also. Why? Because which are in a fiber-like in shape and also fibrous protein. Next, keratin present in the exoskeleton structures. For example, hair, nails, and also horns. Within the horns, nails, hair, keratin. Right? Next, second one, second category, complex proteins. Complex proteins or maybe are known as a conjugated proteins. Here complex or maybe conjugated. They conjugated, they associated with the non-amino acid groups. Here, beside amino acid, it contains a non-protein moiety known as prosthetic group or conjugating group. Right? Along with the amino acid, they contain non-protein moiety. Here, if any non-protein moiety is present in protein, simply are said to be prosthetic group, right? Or maybe conjugating group. And again, it is of 6 types. Nuclear protein. Now, just within the nuclear protein, nothing but the protein along with the nucleic acid, DNA or maybe RNA, conjugated with the DNA or RNA. Glycoprotein, conjugated with the carbohydrate, right? It is a protein and again conjugated with the carbohydrate. For example, mucin of saliva, ova mucin of egg white, right? And also lipoprotein, the protein conjugated with the lipid composition. Protein along with the lipid composition. For example, serum lipoprotein, membrane lipoproteins, right? Next, phosphoproteins, simply proteins along with the phosphate group. Phosphoric acid as a conjugate, phosphoric acid as a prosthetic group. Here, lipid as a prosthetic group. Here, carbohydrate as a prosthetic group. Here, nucleic acid as a prosthetic group. Phosphoric acid as a prosthetic group and are known as phosphoprotein. For example, casein of milk, vitelline of egg yolk, all are phosphoproteins. Next, chromoproteins. Prosthetic group is a colored in nature. Example, hemoglobins. See here, hemoglobins and cytochrome. Here, globins are the proteins and having the color component. Chromoprotein, and here prosthetic group is a color in nature. For example, whatever heme is present, now which is going to give proper color. That's why hemoglobin and also cytochromes. Each and every cytochrome have particular color, chromoprotein. And also here metalloproteins. Here prosthetic group is metals such as iron, copper, zinc, cobalt, and magnesium. Right? These are the metal proteins. Next and last category is derived proteins. Now, derived proteins, nothing but simply which are derived from the simple and complex. Which are derived from the simple and complex, that is maybe due to denaturation or maybe hydrolysis or maybe degradation. And also we can say simply denatured or degraded product of simple or conjugated protein, right? And again, these are of 2 types. Primary derived proteins and secondary derived proteins. Primary and derived. See here, primary nothing but simply they are denatured or coagulated or first hydrolyzed product of proteins. First hydrolyzed product, here proteins thrown up into hydrolysis in a variety of series. In a variety of steps, we are going to hydrolyze the proteins. Right here, primary derived proteins are the first hydrolyzed products. First hydrolyzed products of proteins. For example, here coagulated proteins. denaturated protein produced by agents such as heat, acids, alkalis. See here, coagulated protein is nothing but denaturated protein which are produced by the agents like heat, acids, alkalis. And if maximum most of the proteins are sensitive to heat, acids, and alkalis, depend upon their nature. If exposed to some acids, if any protein is sensitive to acid, if that is exposed to acid, what happen? Denaturation carried out. If any protein is sensitive to alkali, if that is exposed to alkali, what happens? Denaturation carried out. If it is sensitive to heat, what happen? Denaturation. Here, denaturation nothing but whatever the interactions are formed within the structure of protein, like hydrogen, hydrophobic, electrostatic, van der Waals, disulfide linkage, all are within the protein polypeptide chain. Once that interactions are going to disturb, there is no biological activities to the protein. Already I explained in the structure of protein. At the time of primary and secondary, no biological activities are attributed to the protein. Is it right? But when it is converted into tertiary and within the quaternary, most of the activities and the maximum all the activities will be gained to the protein structure simply by their interactions. Whatever the interactions are present within the protein, all are going to give proper biological activities. Right? Now, in case of coagulated proteins, nothing but once that it is exposed to sensitive material, what happened? All the interactions are getting disturbed. It become denaturated. Once it gets denaturated, it never act like a protein. Right? For example, heat, acids, alkalis, or converts the proteins into coagulated proteins. They are the products. Okay, denaturated product of complex or maybe simple. If simple protein or maybe complex protein, if it is exposed to acid, what happened? Denaturation occurs. Nothing but that is a whatever the form is formed from the protein is comes under derived protein. Right? Next, proteins. Proteins. Observe that spelling, Proteans, right? Proteins, earliest product of protein. Earliest product of protein hydrolysis by the enzymes, dilute acids, alkalis. Here, hydrolysis by the enzymes, dilute acids, alkalis. Example, insoluble in water, etc. And again, insoluble in water. Whatever the products are formed by the hydrolysis by the enzymes and dilute acid are known as a proteins. Proteins, important for entrance it is. Meta protein also. Meta, not metallo, meta protein. Second stage of protein hydrolysis. See here. It is an earlier stage and it is the second stage of protein hydrolysis obtained by the treatment with slightly stronger acids and alkalis. Obtained by the slightly stronger acids and alkalis. Here, dilute acids and alkalis, proteins. If that same protein is treated with stronger acids and alkalis, what happens? Meta proteins are going to produce. And again here, secondary derived proteins also there. These are all comes under primary, right? And next, secondary derived proteins. Progressive hydrolytic product of protein hydrolysis. Progressive hydrolytic products of protein hydrolysis. Here, progressive hydrolytic products of protein. For example, proteases, proteoses, peptones, polypeptides, and peptides. Okay, which all are comes under secondary derived proteins. Now, this is the classification depend upon the chemical nature and solubility properties of the protein. Simple, complex, and derived. Within the simple, just amino acid. Globular proteins, fibrous proteins. In complex, glycoproteins, lipoproteins, nucleoproteins, metalloproteins, all are comes under. Next, in case of derived proteins, primary derived, secondary derived proteins. Okay, and again within the primary derived proteins, coagulated proteins, proteins, and meta proteins. Next, secondary, simply which are progressive hydrolytic product of protein hydrolysis. Example, proteoses, peptones, polypeptides, and peptides. Right? Next, How this secondary primary derived protein formed? Simply by the means of denaturation. Remember here, denaturation is nothing but it is a process. It is a phenomenon of disorganization of native conformation of protein structure. Okay, na? Disorganization of native protein structure. Already explained in protein structure. Here, primary, secondary, and tertiary. It is a quaternary. Is it right? In case of tertiary, they have somewhat three-dimensional orientation. Depend upon their interactions. By using the proper interactions, proper three-dimensional structure establishes. Now, which is going to give proper biological activities. And all the biological activities and a certain shape, structure of proteins depend upon the coiling nature and the type of the interactions. Once that interaction will be removed, once that interaction will be disturbed, what happens by that disturbance? By the disturbance, what happens? Now, like this. Now, this three-dimensional structure become somewhat type of structure. Now, this is complete inactive state, disorganized structure. I will give you one example, simple, very simple example. For example, egg. Okay, na? Now, egg with full of proteins. Egg with full of protein, maybe white part and maybe yellow part, having many majority of the proteins. By that proteins, egg may be participated in several type of activities. Maybe it convert into embryo, chick embryo. Okay, right? Maybe developed into chick also direct, and one form of organization carried out. It will be developed into complete whole organism as a chick. One bird will be going to manufacture. By that, whatever the proteins are present in the egg. If by using that type of egg, once we make omelette, what happens? It become completely, and here by using, how we are going to make omelette? How we are going to omelette?
Adding masalas.
By
adding certain components.
Inka?
By adding certain components.
And simply if you add certain components into egg, it become omelette.
Heat.
That is main important. Heat is the main. Okay, na? Once we expose the heat towards the egg, what happens? Egg become omelette. Without heat, no. And here simply protein is here maximum sensitive to heat. By that heat, it becomes somewhat type of material. Nothing but omelette. Once omelette will be prepared, and again there is no chance irreversible process. And again, if you want to convert that omelette into egg, it is not possible. Okay, omelette become consumable. There is no chance for the total whole organism development. Once it become omelette, what happens? There is no chance. It loses its biological activity. No conversion into whole organism. There is no chance, and again omelette to egg conversion. Why? Because here denaturation happened. Here omelette nothing but denaturated egg product by applying the heat. Denaturation. Once it gets denatured, what happens? All the functional activities of proteins are going to dull. There is no chance into development to organism. Proteins are going to denatured. Simply the phenomenon of disorganization of native protein structure. Protein structure is going to disturbed, denatured. Now it results in the loss of secondary, tertiary, and quaternary structure of protein. Yes, total its structure will be going to collapse. Structure collapse and no activities. All the activities are given to the protein by this conformation only. And also in your first sem, in cell organelles, what is the function of Golgi complex? Important Golgi complex function. Golgi complex. How proteins are going to mature? By using the endoplasmic reticulum, proteins are going to synthesize. Is it right? By the involvement of endoplasmic reticulum, protein synthesis. Whatever the proteins are synthesized within the endoplasmic reticulum, which are not active. They don't have any biological activities. But when the material of endoplasmic reticulum along with that proteins, when it is converted into Golgi complex. Within the Golgi complex, whatever the proteins are manufactured in the endoplasmic reticulum, now by using the proteins within the Golgi complex, proteins are going to mature. And here protein maturity will be takes place within the Golgi complex. Simply within Golgi complex, for protein, three-dimensional structure will be given. Within the endoplasmic reticulum, proteins are going to synthesize. Right? Now, when it enter into the Golgi complex will be attributed whatever the conformational activities required for the protein, all are provided by the Golgi complex. Now, in the presence of Golgi complex, now primary and secondary proteins are get converted into tertiary and here proper linkages. Whatever the interaction, for example, it is a primary, secondary. Okay, na? Simply without any interactions. When they enter into the Golgi complex, between the primary and secondary, several interactions, hydrophobic, electrostatic, van der Waals, disulfide linkage, different, all the interactions are established as a result, it is going to form proper three-dimensional structure within the Golgi complex. Now it is going to attributed biological activities. It is known as a protein structure. Proper three-dimensional structure of protein. Biological activities are contributed to the protein within the Golgi complex. Once these interactions, one by one, hydrophobic, disturbed, electrostatic, disturbed, disulfide, disturbed, okay, na? Hydrogen bonds disturbed. What happened? Now it is never act like as a protein. Now it is nothing but denaturated form. When it is in this form, active form, when all the bonds are get to loses, what happened? Inactive. Phenomenon of disorganizing of native protein structure is nothing but denaturation. Right? Now it results in the loss of secondary, tertiary, quaternary structure of protein. Become dummy. Next, it involves the change of physical, chemical as well as biological properties. See here. Once denaturation carried out, what happened? It loses its physical, chemical and biological properties. And these are the agents of denaturation, physical agents and chemical agents. In case of physical agents, heat, UV radiation, X-rays and violent shaking also. And within the centrifuge, if you apply the proteins very violently during centrifugation, maybe sometimes disorganization carried out within the structure of proteins. And also some of the chemical agents, acids, alkalis, organic solvents like ether, alcohol and also salts and heavy metals, urea, salicylate, all are going to disorganize the chemical structure. These are the agents of denaturation. Here, primary structure remains intact, that is peptide linkage are not broken. See here, even denaturation, what I am explained here, just whatever the interactions are present within the tertiary, all are going to disturb like this, interaction disturbed. But primary structure, whatever the peptide bond is present between the amino acid, it remain present. You see here, it remain present. They are which are never going to disturb. Remember, primary peptide bonds and also sometimes disulfide linkage also. Disulfide. Now these are the two bonds are covalent bonds. Disulfide and peptide bonds are covalent strong bonds within the protein structure, which are not going to disturb even within the denaturation also. But by that only peptide bond and disulfide bond, there is no activities are given to protein. It loses it everything, physical, chemical, biological. That's why it loses its biological activity, right? And also insoluble in solvent, which was previously soluble. Now already, for example, if it is soluble in some components, but once denaturation carried out, it will become insoluble in solvent, which was previously soluble. And also you see here, viscosity also increases. Why? Because while its surface tension become decreases, right? And also it's more easily digestible. Denaturation, more easily digestible. For example, egg. If you consume direct egg, somewhat disturbance for the digestion. It takes some time. If you prefer direct egg, like without making the omelette, maybe chances there is no complete digestion. Okay, but if we make omelette, once it will be denaturated, easily it get digestible. Next, it is usually irreversible. See here, once egg will be converted into omelette, it never convert into and again egg. Omelette never convert into egg. It is completely reversible process. But careful denaturation. Careful denaturation means in case of some of the proteins are get denaturated by the involvement of certain chemical components. Chemical components, and by using that, by adding chemicals, now proteins are converted denaturated. If you remove that chemicals and again proteins are converted into proper interacted proteins. For example, here hemoglobin is renaturated on removal of salicylate, and in the presence of salicylate, it's get denaturated. But renaturated, and again it undergoes in interactions by the removal of salicylate, and simply denaturation is not, there is no chance irreversible. But in case of chemical denaturation, in chemical denaturation, one of the possibility for renaturation, for example, hemoglobin is renaturated on removal of salicylates, right? And also one more terminology is used in the denaturation products. For example, coagulation. Coagulation is the irreversible denaturation. See here, irreversible denaturation of protein to semi-solid viscous precipitate. Irreversible denaturation is also of a protein to semi-solid viscous precipitate. For example, albumins, globulins are coagulated proteins. Coagulation, once they are coagulated, nothing but it is one form of denaturation, irreversible denaturation. Flocculation, here very very important. When flocculation occurs among the protein structure, here protein precipitation takes place, that is at isoelectric pH. Very very important. Protein precipitation at isoelectric pH. Precipitate is known as a flocculum. Whatever the precipitate is formed here in the presence of at isoelectric pH is known as a flocculum. Very very important word. Next, for example, casein is one of the protein product. Milk protein is prepared by adjusting the isoelectric pH by dilute acetic acid. By using dilute acetic acid, we are going to apply proper isoelectric pH. That isoelectric pH, we are going to precipitate the protein. Whatever the protein is formed from the milk is known as a casein protein. And again, it is a irreversible, but on heating, it turns to be irreversible. It's reversible, but on heating, right, it turns to be irreversible in case of flocculation. Right? This is the topic related to protein completed. Next, we will discuss about enzymes next class. Okay? Are you having any doubts?
No.
Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay? Okay, I will send you this PPT also for you. Right? Right. Then
Okay,
bye.
sir.
Okay.
Hello, Ramji.
Any doubt? Tell me.